Welcome to English Vocabulary. Let's go straight to the list.
Howbeit.
However.
For instance, howbeit, I've no proof of the thing.
Natheless. Not but what.
For instance, not but what the picture has its darker side.
Notwithstanding.
In spite of this.
Let's try it in a sentence. I didn't like it. Notwithstanding, I remained calm.
Still.
All the same.
For example, I'm afraid he's crazy. Still, he's harmless.
Yet.
In spite of that.
Let's try it in a sentence. Every week she gets worse, and yet it could go on for years. Another example. He was doing nothing, yet he appeared purposeful.
Having said that.
In spite of that.
Let's try it in a sentence. The mixed vegetable was bland, though, having said that, Julian thought the same dish was perfectly acceptable and well above average. Let's check another sentence. Having said that, demand continues to be strong for apartments which are realistically priced and which are located in well-run developments. Let's check another sentence. That was tough, but, having said that, I think it's taught us all a lesson.
Be that as it may.
Despite that.
For example, but be that as it may, that's not the important issue. Let's check another sentence. But be that as it may, we'd no notion of bringing trouble like this down on your house. Let's check another sentence. But be that as it may, if you can get instructions from someone when they are capable, that's sufficient, irrespective of whether the next day they become incapable.
Just the same.
For example, but I went ahead and did it just the same. Another example. Perhaps the best way to learn how widely he's respected is to listen to folks who haven't had the chance to work with him very often, but who've learned from him just the same. Let's check another sentence. Whether he did it for dramatic effect or not, I don't know, but he did it, just the same.
All, or just, the same.
In spite of this.
For instance, just the same, I wouldn't mind if at least one of this duo returned a phone message I left on an answering machine last week. Another example. Xander was certain that she was just doing this to spite him, but it rankled all the same. Another example. She knew they had meant it kindly, but it had hurt all the same.
Even so.
In spite of that.
Let's try it in a sentence. Not the most exciting of places, but even so I was having a good time. Next example. But even so a lot of women's families seem to feel obliged to pay for the shindig, alone. Next example. It took a big chunk out of the morning, but even so the third bedroom got its final dabs of paint and was declared finished well before the close of day.
Neverless. Nonetheless.
In spite of that.
Example. I shed a few angry tears after that, but still went to the writing test nonetheless. Let's check another sentence. It reminds me of another frighteningly different culture which nonetheless fascinates us. Let's check another sentence. Much like the film it alludes to, this is an acquired taste, but worth taking a chance on, nonetheless.
Still and all.
Even so.
For example, I mean, that may well be true, but still and all, show me the money, as it were. Let's check another sentence. It's true that we in academic pharmacy may not live in the utopia that characterized Mr. Rogers' neighborhood, but, still and all, the similarities definitely outweigh the differences. Let's check another sentence. An old one, sure, and one with sloppy paint, bald tires, and orange rust chewing at the rocker panels, but still and all, a Cadillac in the attic.
What do you think of this list? Please share your opinion in the comment section below. If you liked the video, please hit the thumb up and share it. Also, please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so. By the way, the photos on this video are street photography of London, and don't directly represent the topics. You can find the photographer's Instagram in the description below. If you have any suggestion for the video graphics, please let us know in the comments.